Hey guys, and welcome to day 12 of the July Scrapathon. I'm sorry for the glare here. I'm just sitting in front of the window. So today we are doing a fun one. I really enjoyed making this layout. So it's called Funky Mixed Media, and what you have to do is do your mixed media in unusual ways. So for example, you could use bubble wrap, you could use silverware, you could use I don't know, you could use a toothbrush, you could use some sort of net thing. You could use like, I really don't know, whatever you can think of. So me and Lisa decided that we were both going to use bubble wrap and toothbrush to make our mixed media pages. So you could do that, or you could do your own thing. Okay, so my guest today is Lisa Kingston, and I can't wait to see what she came up with. Pink Glitter Scrapper Lisa on YouTube. I'll leave a link, of course, in the description below. So if you don't know what the July Scrapathon is, there's links to both my introduction video and the Facebook group where you can find all the information. So it's all in the description below. I hope you decide to join us. Also check out the April Lilli store and blog. They have a great design team and they do some awesome things, so go check them out. And I will let you see what I came up with now. So I'm starting with a plain piece of cardstock, and I have rediscovered my distress ink, so you'll see me pull those in a bit. But first I'm just gessoing the page because I'm planning to do a lot of mixed media with a lot of water, and I don't want it to get ripped. So I'm just using a palette knife and spreading it around, and this is just some white gesso that I just find at a store, and I don't have a specific brand I like, just because I can only find like a couple of brands and I just get what's cheaper at this point. So I'm starting off with the packaging technique, and I'm using the Distress ink in tumbled glass, and I'm just adding some ink onto the packaging, adding some water, and just smushing it onto the page. And then I'm also going to add some what is that? Yeah, it was the same color. And then I'm using my mom's hair dryer to dry all the colors between colors. Like every time I finish with one color, I dry it so they don't really mix. So I added some cracked pistachio, and now I'm adding some mermaid lagoon. And again, I've dried everything before I've added anything on top. And now this is the fossilized amber. And I started with the lighter colors in the background because then if I added the dark colors first, I wouldn't be able to see the light colors on top. So yeah, and then I'm adding a bit of that red, which is called, oh yikes, Abandoned Coral. And now one of the things that me and Lisa decided to use as a challenge was bubble wrap. So I wanted to do like a sort of white bubble wrap thing. So I was going to do like a modeling paste with the gesso and just add some color to it, but that didn't go right. The first time I added water accidentally, and then I tried to mix it with just the palette knife, but that didn't do anything. And then I added more gesso, and then I'm adding like, I don't know what I was doing, but I'm going to use like this brush to get the ink, and it's just bad. That idea is not going to work. So yeah, I'm just waiting for this to finish because it's horrible. Don't try it. And then because I had all that extra, see, look, that just looks yucks. So all that extra paint, I'm just throwing it into like a sort of notebook that I have, like a journal, where I just add extra paint that I have, and I haven't decided what I'm gonna do with that yet. But yeah, and then I just decided I'm just gonna mix some ink with the water and just add this on top, and it's kind of like the packaging technique. So I'm just adding the pigment with some water to make it a bit liquidy onto the bubble wrap and just kind of stamping it onto the page. And I used Mermaid Lagoon for that one because I wanted to stand out, and I really like how that looks. And now I want to add a bit more yellow because the blue is getting a bit too overpowering, so I took the fossilized amber and did the same thing, but I kept I put less in the yellow. And And yeah, and then I dried everything and cleaned up, but I cut all that out, so you don't have to see that. And then what was I doing? Now I'm doing a splatter with the toothbrush. So I needed more red. So I just took this toothbrush and I again put ink with some water onto the packaging, and then just took the toothbrush and like literally spritzed it on. And I really love doing that. It's so fun. You should try it. So I did the red because I felt like it needed more red, and then I did some cracked pistachio because that color was getting lost on the page. And I really like how that background is looking, so I went ahead and printed out this picture of my sister because I thought it would go really nicely. And now I'm pulling out the what's the +1 paper pad by Amy Tangerine, because I knew it had some oranges and I wanted to pull in some orange. So I'm just going through the paper pad and picking out things that I might work. So I'm picking pinks, blues, some cut aparts, like neutrals like grays, and a couple of black and whites, but I wasn't really sure I wanted to add black and white onto this page. So I went through that, and now I am trying to decide if I want to cut this down, what I want to do, what the design is going to be, I don't know. And then I'm deciding that I'm not really liking all this black on this page. It kind of distracts with a nice bright happy feel. So I'm getting rid of the black options and just keeping the grayish tones. And I got rid of the blue too because it wasn't the right shade and just looked weird. So I'm just keeping some pinks and some grays and some yellows and a couple of oranges. So I really don't know what the design is going to be at this point, but then I decided I wanted to cut that photo down, so I did that off camera, and I pulled out this tissue paper just to add a bit more to the page. And then I'm adding my photo on gray because I felt like I needed something to help it pop a bit, but I didn't want to do black. And then this is just some pink tissue paper. It's a very light pink, and I thought it gave the photo a nice interest, so I'm just adding it behind layers. And I'm not layering them perfectly. I'm kind of having a mismatched look, and I really like how that is looking at the time. And then I had this little orange sort of cut apart piece, like a journaling spot, that I was trying to use, and then I thought I could use that little strip of orange with the chevrons, which I love that paper. So that's going to stay there for a bit, and then I'm playing around with where I want to put cut aparts and where I want to embellish, and I don't know what I want to do yet, so I'm just kind of fidgeting with what I have chosen up to this point. Okay, so now I'm just going back and forth between all these cut aparts, and I'm sorry if you can hear people yelling because we're leaving tomorrow and we're in a rush to pack everything. So it's a bit chaotic right now. So now I decided I'm just gonna find where my title is gonna go, and that's gonna help me with my overall design, but I didn't really know what I wanted the title to be. So that was a bit problematic. And then I thought I had these cute little banners on this chipboard piece from the Maggie Holmes Confetti collection that I've been wanting to use, but it just can't seem to work. And I thought I'd try them, but they didn't look nice. Because in my head, I wanted this picture to kind of nestle onto something. So I decided I was going to do my title photo shoot, which I didn't really like it, but I couldn't think of anything else, so I just went with it. And I'm spelling that out and putting it onto the page. And I'm using these Rockabye thickers, and they're a nice white foam, and I love them. So see how that kind of nestles nicely, but I then decided I had like this I can't speak today. Okay, so on a previous layout I made using the pictures from the same sort of photo shoot my sisters had done, I had used the lyric from the song Something I'm Good At by Brett Eldredge, and it was, I think, I got my shades on, here comes the sun, and it was day 8, the layout I made for day 8. And I kind of had this idea that all the layouts that I'm going to do with these pictures would be fun to have a lyric from that song. So I thought I would do Something I'm Good At, so I just got rid of the photo shoot and did Something I'm Good At. And I think that the photo nestles really nicely on top of that. I just really like how it turned out. So the reason I'm doing Something I'm Good At is because my sister, she's 6, and she is so good at like taking poses and making these cute faces for the camera. It's like not even funny. Like, you see what she's doing in that picture? I mean, it's hilarious. But whenever I tell her, okay, let's take a picture, she's going to do some sort of pose. So I just thought something I'm good at would be a nice title. So you saw me, I originally thought I was gonna put all 4 worlds in a different strip, but then I decided that it was too long, so I put I'm and good in the same row. And now I'm going back to that chipboard piece and to that orange die cut at the top. And I found that flag that says yay, and it had a nice pink shade that matched the tissue paper, and it's light and airy, and I liked it. And then that little pinwheel sort of thing, I'm not sure if that's a pinwheel, but that sort of circle with the like pinned edges is also from there. And I had the blues, the yellows, and the pinks, and I thought it looked nice up there. And now I'm adding that orange piece, so I cut it in half, and I'm adding a bit at the top and a bit at the bottom of the photo, because I felt like I needed orange on both the top and bottom. And then I thought that floral would look gorgeous with that background, but it just didn't really look good with the overall design I was going for. And now I'm stuck again. So I found these Dear Lizzie Serendipity die cuts, and the colors were really good with this page. So there's these ice creams that I love. So I decided I was going to make them work onto this page. So there's 3 of them. There's a blue, a pink, and a purple. So I'm playing around with where I want to place them. And I like the 2 at the top, but I'm not sure yet what color I want to put where. So I'm being really indecisive. I keep switching them around. So the problem was that I didn't really like the purple because it was too pinky with both of the sides. So I'm going to get rid of the purple. But I wasn't a huge fan of the pink, of the pattern on the pink ice cream. But I'm really not liking the purple at the moment, so I'm going to get rid of it. But before I make a decision, I placed some rhinestones. And then I thought maybe I don't need an ice cream over there. Maybe I could add one down by the title, but no. And I like how the blue one is over with that flag, because then there's blue and pink, and it just has both of the colors in both clusters. And then by bringing that pink one to the other side, I get both pink and blue over there as well, because there's blue on the pink on the chipboard element. And I'm just gluing everything down, and I'm running out of adhesive, so I have to use this stupid adhesive that's broken, and I have to like put my brush in the adhesive, and it's bad. But I'm leaving tomorrow. As I said, I'm going on a vacation, so it is I'm kind of in a rush to get things done, and I don't have time to go buy glue, so I'm just using up what I have, even though it's really frustrating. So everything's glued down, and now again I'm gonna fidget with these. So I thought I could switch the sides of them, and maybe because the one with the pink is a lot heavier because the chipboard is larger, but I decide to not do that. And then I thought I could use this blue flag with the pink, but that's not working either. So I'm just going to play around again and again, but I'm going to decide that I like them like that. And then I thought, okay, these ice creams aren't working, maybe I'll just leave it as I originally had it. And then I pulled back that purple one. That was such a mess. I could have finished that a lot faster. Anyway, so you see how I'm tucking that wheel there? I'm getting rid of the pink, so you can only see the blue and the yellow because the pink is tucked under. So when I put that pink ice cream next to it, the pink isn't too overpowering. And then because there's also pink over on the other side, it's okay. And then I also found this watermelon. It has a lot of pink. So now that ice cream is not the only bright pink element on the page. And then I added a little orange strip under the watermelon as well. But now I feel like I need some blue near the watermelon, and I need some hot pink up at the top where the blue ice cream is. So I went through and found this cut apart from the paper pad that had this cute little circle, and I thought it would look really nice. So I fussy cut it, and there it is. And then I glued a bunch of things down. I'm not gonna make you watch all of that process, so everything's about glued. And then that little pink piece that I added down there is just I just cut a little piece from another cut apart, and it has that same pink as the ice cream and the watermelon. So then I thought I could add some enamel dots, but it was just getting too much, so off they go. And now I'm going to bring in some Tim Holtz words, and these are the chit chat words, and I'm just going to see if I want to add any, but I decide that I don't like it. And I decide that I don't. And then I'm going to ink my page with the tumbled glass. Distress ink because I felt like it needed some grounding, but just like really subtle, and I didn't want to add an outline with a pen or mat the whole thing on something, so I'm just inking the edges. And I'm also kind of stamping at some point just to get a bit more of that color on the edges. And then I'm just doing some journaling with this silver gel pen, and it's a Pilot pen, and I love these pens. I have a gazillion different colors of them. So yeah, I just added some of that, and then I'm adding some doodly stars because I cannot have the pen in just one place. I don't know why. But it's a little quirk of mine in scrapbooking. So that's going to complete the page. I really love how it turned out. So here are some close-ups. Now don't forget to check out Lisa's video. I can't wait to see what she came up with. And check out the April Lilli store and blog. And also, I hope you choose to participate with us as well and enter in the challenge. So in order for you to enter for the grand prize, go ahead and join the Facebook group. And if you don't know what the July Scrapathon is, make sure to check out the Facebook group and my intro video in the description below. So thanks for watching, and see you tomorrow.